and brings it to the screen.
Today.
I mean, that is 2020. That is what
Me
it
and
looks
my
like
mate
right
are just
now
watching this
in
event.
that town.
He was just singing,
And
guys.
I think he did a beautiful
See, look,
job
guys.
of capturing it. I think the lyrics of this thing are just off the charts. He's in Jay-Z territory at this point, Bob Dylan territory at this point. It's bigger than black and white. It's a problem with the whole way of life. It can't change overnight. That's a whole political theory. That's college. I mean, to understand it's not just a racial issue. It's a whole bunch of other issues going on. It takes time to change things. There's level of
Did you see when he was just singing? I'm inviting my whole friend list to my stream.
Can't have a political movement without political music. It's just never happened. You go back to the labor movement, civil rights movement, women's rights movement.
Thanks.
You always have musicians and artists step up.
Yes, Bobby.
Because a revolution is a change of heart first, before anything else changes in law, in politics, in government, in the economy. The first change has to be
Bobby, type in the chat if you want to play, and you can play this with us.
Art moves you. Music moves you. And I'm just so proud that Lil Baby is using his platform to move this whole country forward.
Yes, Lil Baby.
All right, my girl Jamel Hill is going to take over for me. She gets the honor. I'm kind of jealous, but she gets the honor of talking to and interviewing the great Killer Mike. He is an author. He's an actor.
Your names.
He's an activist. He's a musician. He's a living legend. Listen to Killer Mike.
Oh! Playing again. Let's go.
I hope everybody out there has just been taking copious notes, gaining a lot of knowledge, taking some screenshots, because there's just been a lot of really good nuggets that have been shared. Hope you're inviting all your friends in. We're really having the kind of conversation in this country I certainly have not seen in my lifetime, and I'm curious to hear the thoughts of my guest right now, Killer Mike. You know, Mike, we've been at this moment many times in our country where tragedy has is changing right before our very eyes. I can kind of imagine how some of our, you know, our elders felt during the civil rights movement, to see the world just changing right before our eyes. So you're there in Atlanta, where certainly
wait, you changed your skin.
We've been absorbing everything that's been happening.
Yeah, I know. I want to watch this.
So how are you kind of handling all of this emotionally right now?
Man, as an American, it's hard because it's just it's a growing pain of sorts. You know what I mean? We know that our country is progressing. We know that on the other side of that progression, that we all are going to be better.
Yeah, I know. I don't like it behind. I like it. Like, I've got the best view.
Who are essentially descendants of the cornerstone of this nation. The cornerstone of this nation is the Constitution is important. The founding fathers is important. But free labor allowed all that to stand. And as the descendant of a slave, and when I say descendant, I don't mean anything long. My great-grandmother taught me how to sew a button on a shirt as she was sewing blankets that we still use in my house. Her mother was born in slavery. So that's how close slavery is. I know how to sew a button because a slave taught her child to, and that child taught me to. That's how close. So I think that I'm excited that progress is happening.
Look, do you wanna watch my stream, Freddie? Freddie. Freddie.
At the hands of the state.
Do you wanna watch my stream? Cause if you do, I could tell you. So go to the party, yeah? Go onto the party and it should say, do you want to watch my stream? I'm streaming now.
And I support that. And plot, plan, strategize, organize, and mobilize.
On YouTube.
As long as you keep doing that, you're going to capitalize off the gains that you're making. And I appreciate, and I don't mean capitalize in a monetary way. I mean, these kids are capitalizing, progressing, organizers on the ground level.
Yeah, same. He was just playing it a minute ago.
The campaign around police brutality and violence.
That was a tune.
In an instant been able to organize people to progress law.
Yeah, it's been a lot of impressive moments. I mean, you mentioned about how the young people, they're so organized. Because I think about the progression from, say, Ferguson to now, and it's been pretty outstanding.
Play the music.
What has impressed you the most about what you're seeing right now?
What has impressed me? That
play the music.
We rioted in Atlanta. There were riots in other cities. There were riots in Los Angeles. But there was such a stronghold on information. Local news wouldn't let what other cities know until after it was over. What's impressed me is the ability to use technology. We haven't gotten as efficient as Hong Kong, but it's coming. You are seeing at a day and age where in an instant people are able to mob on a place. People are able to say what needs to be said and go and get ghosts. You're seeing in an instant
what do you mean?
What our grandparents were able to do. Like we have a house party app in which people can sit down on that house party app. You can organize with those 8 people to know what are we going to do in school, what are we going to do in local school boards, what are we going to do with city council. Our grandparents used to have to do that in the basement. Now you're able to do it over your phones and organize effectively and immediately. So I'm impressed by the level of organization I've seen. Because when I was an organizer at 15, 16 years old, we'd have to literally meet for 30 days to plan something that you might strike that might be 3 hours or even 30 minutes. But you're constantly there. These kids are able to do it in these young...
Listen to the little baby again.
Directly back and forth with people. That's a lot cooler than sometimes Twitter where stuff gets lost in translation. But you know, I'm still over there tweeting with the angry moms and dads. Shouts out to the old folks.
I think about where activism was on this issue in particular when Ferguson happened, and looking at it now, and it's, while you know there was definitely a lot of positives that came out of Ferguson, particularly the Black Lives Matter movement, seeing the level and the difference is that, you know, clearly there was a lot of lessons learned there, and they've applied them now. And so it definitely seems much more cohesive, and that's been impressive. What has impressed you about what you're seeing, especially from these young people who really
I'm going to watch it on the zip line.
What I've seen the most beautiful about this time is kids have the ability to adjust and move and be like water. They're truly plotting, planning, strategizing, organizing, and mobilizing. The skateboard kids came in. Usually you would see in the 60s, black people look like me. We'd make public protests. We'd get our heads split off. Sympathetic whites and allies freedom, justice, and equality entered the stage. Now not only are you beating black people, you're dragging off white people. Like, and it became a tapestry, a unified front to give us our most basic civil rights and acknowledge our human rights. That tapestry is happening again, and it's happening in a bigger and better way. I was talking about those skateboard kids. I saw those kids first come in as defenders. When police were hacking with people with batons, they held up the skateboard to protect them. Most kids who skateboard, my kids skateboard, most skateboard kids in the South don't look like me, right? But I saw the skateboard community literally come in and save protesters from beatings, and then they got ridiculous and they started attacking back. And I was like, this is, although I don't want violence to exist because those kids deserve to grow to be adults without being told to face their it expressed me that the proletariat shows government that we work for us. And in this moment, we are exercising our right to make public display of the evil that has happened. It makes me proud that I live in a country that has long promised equality, rarely given it to people who look like me. People who don't look like me defended. You
made an interesting note and observation about the skateboard crew. And I think anybody who's watching has noticed that it's not just black people who are out here protesting.
No, it's not. It's a tapestry of people.
It's a tapestry of people.
The Amish. The Amish.
Yeah. Wasn't that crazy?
I didn't even know the Amish saw the news.
I was thinking, who told them? Right? I was like, how did right?
I was so impressed though. I was so thankful. My heart was filled with joy.
Yeah, so you're seeing all these different types of people that you never thought this issue would resonate with them. It kind of reminds me of your music. Your music is unapologetically pro-black, unapologetically,
yes,
right?
Absolutely,
but yet,
absolutely.
when you look at a Killer Mike fan, it's across multicultural section of people.
Yes.
Why do you think your music is able to resonate that way, despite the fact that you are also clearly talking to your people?
Yeah, I'm proud to be me. I like me. I like black people. I'm not making no excuses. I'm not making no apologies coming in the door. I love us. I am in love with us. And because I love me, it has nothing to do or affecting my love of others. I have a very good friendship with East Indian cousins, Raj and Neil. They own the store right next to Walters on what's happening. So if you're from Atlanta, you know about Walters. If you're a big guy from Atlanta, you know about, the store right next door. These guys have always just been good to me. Raj went to India. He came back, brought my wife incense, these beautiful little elephant characters. He's proud to be Indian. I've learned about being Indian from my Indian friend. When you're truly who you are, how could you be offended? How could you not love it or like it? Like, man, I'm a part of the original people on earth. I'm from the continent that birthed all humanity. I think when you wear that proudly and unapologetically, and not from a place of needing someone to be below you, there's no reason for a people not to like me. I like you. I got plenty of heroes that don't look like me. There's a portrait of John Brown on my wall in my basement. He's a hero. He doesn't have to look like me. You know what I mean? But I refuse to act like people who look like me aren't great. I didn't say good. I didn't say good enough. I didn't say equal. I said great. I'm from a great and mighty people. And if you can't accept that, then maybe I'm not for you. But I believe that because I am simply who I am, I believe that gets accepted. Because you know what? I remember being on the tour bus, and I'm on there with a bunch of Northeasterners because of course, my rap partner's a white guy from Brooklyn. And we're on there and they're watching Swamp People, and everybody's laughing. And I come up and stagger into the front, and I look at it and I start smiling, and I look at the room and say, I got more in common with them than any of y'all. And I just walk to the back. Now, because it's the truth. I'm a Southern boy. My grandparents from Alabama and rural Georgia. I grew up more like people on those shows. So I think across cultural lines and across racial lines, people identify with me, but just because I'm a typical American guy. You know what I mean? And I have some special things. I'm not going to deny them special.
It might come off after.
Morehouse had an understanding of some cool stuff. I married a beautiful woman. That helps.
Skull Trooper.
But I think that ultimately what resonates with people is that I'm a regular guy. One of my best friends in the world is a white guy from Brooklyn.
I'm the cat skin.
Not to look past your race or ethnicity, not to look past who you are culturally, but to look at it and love it and learn from it without wanting to co-opt.
The Skull Trooper's a different guy.
Talking about in a very succinct and robust way is really allyship, and that's been a word that you have a lot of. It sounds like you have a lot of really great allies that are in your life. Now,
shall I go and change my skin?
I've gotten the question constantly. I assume you have too, about how to be an ally. What do I have to do? Right. I've had so many conversations with white people, like really good friends of mine.
You don't know what to do. You're an electrician, you're a plumber. Grab one young man who doesn't look like you, a young woman, and teach them that trade. That's allyship. Allyship isn't just throwing the money.
I'm the frozen red night skin.
But on a very real and basic level.
I'm the frozen skin.
With a man named Keith. I bought my son a car.
See the frozen?
With a very pretty girl in the front.
You see the night skin?
Calls me.
This looks like a nightlife.
It's like if you'll allow me to handle this privately, I just don't want to call my insurance company, because, you know, I had just got in an accident, but I drive fast. My son, Keith, in good faith, gave me the opportunity to do that, and me and this man became friends. You know,
on the nightlife thing.
White man.
No, not the frozen red night.
White flight and desegregation, who's taught me about fatherhood and the importance of presence in your child's life.
On the nightlife, come to me. Come to me.
For it to happen. So an allyship with white people doesn't have to be
go the start of the zip line.
You have to do what me and Keith did.
No, I'm on the zip line.
Trust someone who doesn't look like you and allow that person to educate you. So an allyship is calling your black friends saying what I do. It's going to black organizations that might be local and saying what am I doing. It's calling your friend and saying, what's the next thing you're doing? And I want to be an extra set of hands. Doesn't mean you get to go to the black people meeting, but it does mean that they say, I'm going to feed people on Skid Row. You show up, and you show up with empathy and care, you do it. And I'm going to tell you, we need doctors in that space. We need lawyers in that space. We need legislators in that space.
I want to listen to the music.
Really empowered to be in that space, because there's some things that need to happen on ground level that once the grassroots people have gotten it here, there needs to be money put behind these things. A lot of the problems that we have now that are erupting could have been solved in 96, 2000.
My walk is fucked up. My bitch is a murder robbery. No chapter.
Setting cultural, national, religious markers evict the fact that I know that I'm talking and I'm with a human being, and at our very core, past any physical difference, my job is to honor the soul of that other human being. So there's no need to have allies, because I'm not at war.
I'm the black skin.
There's no need
you see
to have an ally, because
you see the thingy skin.
I refuse to send any 18-year-old boy or girl off to die. And that has to be something that's much, much deeper than policy. Much, much deeper than the human condition.
You see the black skin.
We have to get back to that. So that's my humble opinion. I don't know, where that
black.
takes white America.
It's like black.
But I hope you stay standing up fighting.
Look, I'm down at the thing. I'm down at the thingy.
And a lot of people watching, they probably want to
know. You see me?
Again,
I'm watching it. The black skin.
Where 1 minute we're talking about this, everybody's fired up, everybody's willing to do things, and then next minute,
look, I'm down at the third stage. I'm down at the third stage.
This conversation, this action, this momentum going.
You see me? I'm the black skin on the first stage.
8 to 10 people around you, your neighbors, the people who live within 10 square miles, and start to see what you can do to affect. And then connect with other people that may be in closer proximity, 30, 40, 50 miles, even another city or places that are doing it right, or that are doing it right in other places. Connect with those people. And just, if all of us do a little, no one has to do a lot. If all of us do a little, if all of us pick a little to do, no one will have to do a lot.
That's a word right there.
I'm changing my.
Nobody has to do a lot.
I'm gonna change my skin.
Mike, I have enjoyed this conversation like I enjoy every conversation.
I'm changing.
I can certainly talk to you. Yes,
I'm changing to the red knight. Right, I'm the red knight skin.
Society right here. Thank you, and more importantly,
do you know what red knight looks like?
You do on the ground. I mean, so many people. I mean, I knew.
Yeah, I'm the thingy red knight skin.
Tell the truth the way it needs to be told, but a lot of people during this time of crisis have been exposed to you and understand that. I mean, you really are for the people. This is called We the People. This is you all day long. So thank you for all the work, all the inspiration, all the words, everything that you're adding to this conversation.
I'm the red knight skin. I'm watching it.
To this action. With that said,
I'm next to the drift.
But we don't have to get out of here.
I'm next to the drift.
I'm gonna toss this on to my brother.
You see me? I'm at the top of the stage. Oh, let's go!
Jamel and I, we spent the past hour, we've been talking to Killer Mike, we've been talking to Elaine Waltraw.
You see me? On top of the stage, I'm the red knight skin. I'm next to the drift.
What did you get from your conversation with Killer Mike? And
do you see me? Come on top of the stage.
What do you make of this moment?
I'm the red knight skin.
What you can always expect from Killer Mike is blunt honesty. I think that's why a lot of people look at him as a really credible voice right now.
Oh my god.
He's honest about what he knows and honest about what he doesn't know. So
I'm the red knight skin.
Those elements, that's gonna always
on top of. I'm next to the drift.
I mean, this moment.
The red knight.
At the same time, is welcome. It's
on
also
top.
really surreal.
You see?
What took us so long to get here to make sure.
Do you see me now? That's me.
From ground zero every time we have to have.
Oh my God! You're right. You're in front of me. I'm the Red Knight skin.
Videos before, and yet people still now act like they're shocked.
Oh my God! What's
different?
I'm in front of you, Red Knight. I just dropped down. I'm running.
One, there was no gear, but
I went to the third stage. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, you're on me.
No gear, but people nevertheless.
Oh my God! You're in front of me.
There really wasn't one, even if you were Stretch Armstrong trying to stretch and find one. There just wasn't one. What always has just stuck with me is the look on this officer's face as he was kneeling on George Floyd's neck. It was so cold. And this was Thursday. And he showed such little emotion, remorse, any emotion you want to name. He didn't show any of that as he killed a man in the middle of the street with by fire.
I got it for a gun.
Wasn't fatal. There was definitely a storm of frustration at what happened with Christian Cooper. So this all.
Right guys, I'm gonna end this video now guys. If you like this video, give it a like and subscribe.